tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your number one source in after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Konnichiwa, hey guys, and welcome to our Sailor Moon Crystal after show. It is Act 5, and we welcome Sailor Jupiter to the group. I am Kaori Takee, and with me I've got my fellow friends. Rutledge.
Feels good to be back.
I know, I miss you guys, because you know it's bi-monthly, so we don't see each other weekly.
Yeah.
And Markeia McCarty, of course.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels like forever.
I know.
Really, it was
a while.
too long, really.
Yeah, and you know, we're representing one of each of the wrestling crews, so what's up?
We should do a study, like, how does wrestling relate to Sailor Moon? The fact that we all came together for this show.
Well, I think Sailor Jupiter could be a diva champion.
That's for sure.
That's
Right?
true.
Bigger than all them other girls.
Yeah.
Ready to kick some butt.
She's scary, but apparently dainty and some.
But with superhuman strength. At the same
Yeah,
time.
she's so romantic. She's such a romantic at heart.
I know, and that was actually quite, for me at least, from my recollection of the original cartoon, was she wasn't as, you know, lovey-dovey and emotional.
I remember she would go into like flights of fancy though. She'd be like, "Oh, he reminds me of my ex-boyfriend, such and such this."
Oh, yeah.
And everybody reminded her of her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
That's how she started out here, too. It's like, okay, maybe you just need to call him back up.
Well, she kind of just gave up because he had a girlfriend. So I give her props for not being a homewrecker. Props for that.
That is true. That is true. But the way he introduced her to the girlfriend, he's like, "Oh, you don't know. I got a girl. Bye."
Yeah. And I was like,
Well,
we're not hanging out tonight because I got a girl now.
Oh, so sorry. Anyway.
Anyway, see ya.
So yeah, let's talk about our new member, Makoto Tokino. She is the new girl in town, and you know, she's introed by saving Usagi from getting hit by a car. Of course. True to
She's a
form.
hero.
She
Off
is.
the bat.
Yeah, I mean, you know, people are scared of her and intimidated. There's rumors that she basically got kicked out of her other school because she got into a fight or something. And she's eating by herself, her little bento box, and
I hate that they don't even give her a chance just because she's taller and, you know, she can't wear their uniform.
she can't wear their
uniform. It's like, oh, give her a chance with her cute little, her lunch pouch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with matching handbag.
Yeah.
That's very Japanese. Like, everything's immaculate in Japan. When it comes to food, it's a lot about display. Like, you know, you guys know when you go to Japanese restaurants and you see the display in the front with the food up front.
Oh yes.
And then you go in there and the food looks exactly like the display. It's amazing.
Which is very rare in any other culinary experience.
So she is eating by herself because obviously everyone's scared of her. And then in comes Usagi, who is all excited to eat, but then she gets mesmerized by her bento box and decides that she wants to try some of her homemade goods.
It's Usagi, of course.
Yeah.
I just love how playful she is. She's behind the bench. She's like, eat.
That looks so yummy.
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't know about playful. It's more like stalkery. All you see are the buns and then the eyes come up like, ooh.
Like it's Jaws with the fin, but it's the bun.
Yep. But she's so cute about it, though. How could you resist?
That's true.
Anybody that's food stalking you, that seems all right.
And then you know, Makoto's like, do you want some? Are you sure? And she's all juiced and excited to eat some. And then she gets excited that it was homemade, and she asks about the box and everything.
Hey, if you're a home chef, though, you're excited when somebody else thinks your food looks good. So I bet this is still a compliment to her, because she's like, I did spend a lot of time on it.
That's true.
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah.
Well, at least it was different from how she made friends with Ray when she was like, she's so beautiful, I'm gonna stalk her.
Yes.
I thought that's how this was going, because that very first scene, she did she think her umbrella was cute, or she liked
Her
vibe?
earrings.
Oh, the earrings.
She saw
that's
that
what it
rose
was.
earring. She's like, oh.
Oh, I like those earrings too.
Yeah, so I thought she was gonna get another like pseudo crush going, but then it went more the food route. And I was like, okay, good. She's not obsessed with every girl that she meets. That's good.
Which makes some sense, and she reached a whole new level of foodie for sure.
Yeah.
And so Makoto warms up after she saves Usagi from getting hit by a baseball. And
She's a superhero.
yeah, she's superhuman, and she doesn't even know it yet. And she asks Usagi for some advice on what to do because she's new to the town and what's there to do, and no one likes her or whatever. And Usagi says, "Wow, I don't understand why anyone's scared of you because you're so lovely," and that completely turned her over.
Yep.
Yeah.
She cracked through that exterior, and she's
Yeah.
like, well.
Instant friend. Ami was saying later. That's right, Ami.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying later. She's like, she can make friends with anyone.
She can make friends with anyone. It's so true. And that's Usagi's gift, pretty much. Also, is all of the Sailor Guardians that came by before they became Sailor Guardians, they were kind of loners. One was super smart. One was, a shrine maiden. And then now we have this beast, quote unquote.
Right.
But Usagi is always entranced by each and every one of them somehow, wants to be homies.
Yeah, and she does make friends with them pretty quickly too. I mean, she's not afraid to say whatever she's thinking, and they're always like kind of caught off guard, but usually it ends up being a complimentary thing. So
Yeah.
And just to get a little bit geeky and probably way too analytical than I need to get right now, it is amazing that out of all of the Sailor Guardians, Usagi is the popular one. And you think about it, she's like close to Earth with the moon, so she's like connected with people, and then you have all the other Sailor Guardians that are outside planets, and they're loners. And the further out it gets, the more loner that they are, because look, Jupiter is like super loner compared to Ray, who at least had the neighborhood people with her.
Yeah.
And then Mercury had her study geeks and
Yeah.
everything like that. But the further out you get, like when we hit Sailor Pluto, and then she's just alone
yeah.
completely. So that was my analytical.
Markeia, time to write a blog about it. Okay?
I know, that's pretty good though. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Now I'm like, interesting. So Sailor Moon ends up taking Sailor Jupiter to the arcade,
Of course.
of course, and she is gifted at Sailor V.
She's a pro
Yeah,
from
and
the
it's
get-go.
funny because Ami's so serious. Like, wow, how is she so good? It must mean she might be a guardian, or it just felt like that, Like, what does this mean? It's a sign.
Yeah, she knew something special was going on. I don't know if she
Yeah.
knew that she was a guardian, but she definitely was like, I'm filing that away under impressed.
So they all meet, and then they go to the bridal store, the bridal shop, and then they're dreaming about getting married and the day they'll get to wear their wedding dresses and all that good stuff. And then they overhear this rumor about this ghost bride, apparently.
Something real quick though, because I remember, I think it was Ami that brought up that she was going to wear a kimono. Is that like a thing in like Japanese culture where it's like
Like a more traditional.
is it like more
It's
traditional?
more traditional, but nowadays, from what I've seen, is that they just like they like doing the Western thing and wearing a white dress and all that stuff. So, I mean, way back then, they used to wear white to funerals. That was,
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah, that's a completely different meaning
It's
for
a-
that color.
It's a different culture, but traditional versus non-traditional. You'll see it everywhere in Japan. Like some people are walking around wearing kimonos just for shits and giggles. Oops, sorry, I said that's a chatty word.
I mean, it is interesting. I mean, Japan in general, you have like buildings that were built in like 80, out in like Kyoto, and then
That's
in
amazing.
Tokyo, they tear it down as quick as they build it up. So it itself is very much a battle of the old and the new traditions.
Yeah, it's almost like Tokyo's super futuristic,
Yeah.
and then you go to Kyoto, and it's way back in the past, and it's such a great country. You guys got to go.
Yeah.
Or go again.
I agree.
And again.
I agree.
So let's talk more about Makoto because she's obviously there's something that's hurting her. We sense it, right? And we figure out eventually that she's love struck over this guy named Senpai, who, by the way, looks like the clerk, and I forgot his name.
Oh,
at
the arcade guy. Yeah.
I think they called him Maku-chan.
Okay, I forgot his name. but they do look alike.
I thought it was the same. Like, I thought
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know. I just got confused because they did look so much alike.
They have the same hair color, not even like a different shade of brown.
I was like, oh.
But hey, so she's walking late at night and she sees an illusion that's supposed to be senpai, but it's actually the bride ghost bride, who tells her I love you, and I don't remember if they kiss.
He goes for it.
Yeah, I think he goes for it, but then it's like the energy suck happens.
Yeah, and Tuxedo Mask like happens upon her pretty close to them too.
Yeah.
He's always appropriately there.
Like, just reading this, what trouble? Like every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how small a town is this that you guys are in?
I know.
Because it says Tokyo. There's like millions of people.
know.
But whatevs.
And well, speaking of Tuxedo Mask, he goes to Usagi's bedroom window and grabs her. And,
Just like she always dreamed.
right. And she wasn't sure if it was a dream or not. And my first thought was, so he does know that it's Usagi.
Oh, he definitely knows. Otherwise, why would he go to her? He knows where her bedroom is
Yeah.
in the house.
I think he figured it out last episode though, right? Isn't that because he saw her?
Kiss.
Yeah, which was like, what?
Yeah.
I wish we got to talk about it.
I know.
You guys talk about it because we had mixed feelings on that panel last time when I thought it was sexy and cute, and everyone was like, what?
I thought it was very weird.
It was very weird. If he wasn't Tuxedo Mask, I would have a serious problem with that.
Yeah.
Because that was probably her first kiss and she wasn't even conscious for it, you know?
It was very strange.
Way to put it that way.
Sorry.
But at least he definitely figured it out because she arrived not in costume. They danced. Then she changed. And I mean,
Yeah. Now
he
he
obviously figured it out.
he knows.
and with hair like that.
I mean,
so,
yeah. I don't know why changing matters. It's like Superman. Like,
I know.
really, just glasses? Just glasses are
Yeah.
the difference? Okay, sure.
Well, she chases him down, and she's like, "Why am I chasing you? Where are you taking me?" And then he runs off when she sees her girl in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, Luna calls the other two with the bracelet thingy, whatever, and the communicator. Thank you. And they come and they transform, and magic happens because we know Sailor Jupiter is going to transform very soon.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
I like when they combine the transformations. Just
Me too.
the episode before it just ate up like such a large amount of time. But yeah, I like it when they put them together. Like
We
that.
should time the length of transformation. Actually, if you viewers are watching, tell us how long it takes for each of them to transform, because I'm quite curious.
I wonder, do they kind of map out the plot and then they're like, well, we have 2 extra minutes. Should we just do a long transformation? Or I don't know, because that's like stock footage that they have, right? So
Yeah.
it feels like they just use whatever version they need for that particular one. And then this one we were going to get the full Jupiter transformation too. So they're like,
Yes.
let's just do the short combined one and we'll be
Yes.
fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Very curious.
So Sailor Jupiter ends up transforming based on the fact that she realizes that she needs to come out of it. And she's still like conscious, which shocks, who was it, Nephrite? I think it was Nephrite, right?
Nephite.
I forget which one is.
I think the one with the long hair.
Insight?
No, I think it's Nephrite.
Nephrite.
I have it on my notes. But anyways, so she transforms, but only after Sailor Moon has this whole speech about believing in love because
Yeah.
she's gonna fall in love one day. She knows she's out there, and in the meantime, Tuxedo Mask's like,
He's like hiding behind a pillar, like, I know who you talking about, girl.
I really love their relationship, Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask. It's creepy, but it's not creepy because that's true love right there.
They're like creepy together. They're both
Yeah.
stalkers.
Yeah.
You know?
If they didn't have the past of where, I mean, they've both forgotten that they're like basically together in the future. Or I get mixed up as to how time frame
was
works
in the
for this.
past and they're together in the future.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like
So it's fine.
Yeah.
Again, like you were saying, if it wasn't Tuxedo Mask, it'd be total Creepsville to be making out with a girl who's sleeping on a bench. But because they have that past, it does make it cute.
I also kind of wonder to what how much does he know? I'm guessing he knows more than she does.
It seems like he does.
Yeah, I
Right?
would think so. She hasn't even put it together that Mamoru is Tuxedo Mask yet.
Yeah,
You know,
which
but
is
he knows that she's Sailor Moon already.
Yeah.
and she just follows him. She's like, you just kissed me while I was
Yeah.
sleeping.
It's like,
And
you make me feel warm.
I have a new tiara now from your warmth.
so true. So after she makes, go ahead.
Yeah, what did you guys think about Sailor Jupiter's powers that she has?
Yeah,
you know, because like she has 2 straight off the bat.
I think the love power is not some.
It's like flower hurricane or
yeah,
something.
it's like a petal thing. I don't think it's gonna be as dominant as the other one because she's more known for the thunder, and I think that was just really there triggered because this particular episode was based on love and human love and how that's our weakness and that's how they're going to steal our energy.
Right.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like it was a paralysis attack though, because when he's like, oh, I can't move. You know? So I was like kind of wondering. It was a.
Did you like it?
I just thought it was kind of weird. Like I can see now from what you said, like this was an episode like based on love and how they see it as a weakness and everything. So yeah, flower hurricane, you know, rose petals. But I also like that from the strength of her feelings, you know, that, you know, paralyzed him. But I don't want to see that attack again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that it's a paralysis attack, but it's just flower hurricane.
Yeah, it's almost like they want to balance out how strong she is, and in some cases, some people would see her as kind of masculine, and they want to balance that out. Maybe I don't know.
I could see that. I agree. I hope it doesn't. Maybe if it pops up in appropriate situations, it'd be fine. But yeah, I don't want it to be like her first attack that she goes to. But I was personally distracted more by the like antenna that comes up to like collect the lightning. I thought that was so cool. Like just a little change, but such a neat like. Oh, of course she's gonna have a lightning rod.
I
like you know,
it.
I thought that was so neat. So I didn't get as bothered because I was like, whoa, cool new thing with the lightning.
I liked her stance that she did with it, where she like grabbed a thunderbolt around a thunderbolt.
Yeah,
and then it's like, whoa,
it's pretty badass in this episode.
What'd you guys think of the transformation itself?
I liked it. I mean, it didn't stand out as much as the other ones, I felt.
Which is interesting because it's thunder.
Yeah,
know?
you would think
I
it'd
mean, I'm
be-
sorry, lightning.
Yeah.
It's lightning, and you would think, but yeah, Ray's one stands out to me more, and then Mercury before Jupiter because has all the swirls and the water. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's good. It's Jupiter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting for it to blow me away, but Rays is still kind of the creme de la creme for me because it's just, I don't know, fire is already a cool element, I guess,
Yeah.
and then just the way that it swirls, and then
And she's hot.
she gets pumps.
She's just like super hot.
She is super hot. She had a good line in this episode. She was like, I don't trust men anyway. Like she just had like a
know.
throwaway. I was like, oh, okay then.
I was like, hey, okay.
Get it, Ray.
Yeah, these girls all seem kind of conflicted when it comes to the opposite sex. But
Yeah.
so, and she ends up beating or kicking Nephrite's ass at this point. And, Nephrite is defeated. And then we've got the 4 girls now, which is awesome.
Finally.
Finally, we got 4. We just got one more left, aka who?
Highlander.
Maybe an orange? I don't know. And Luna gives the staff that lunar staff.
Oh, yeah.
Says, yeah, now it's time to give this to the leader, Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's like, what? I don't want to be the leader.
It is surprising at this stage. Like, do you feel? I mean, I guess it's always a transition for her, or for Usagi to become the leader, but I feel like at this stage to be like, well, you're the leader because there's 4 of you. It's like, well, she's still kind of in that I cry and I get nervous, and I mean, she's had a couple of power moments, but she hasn't come off like the leader yet. So I was
Yeah.
surprised that this moment happened now in such a way.
I remember a couple episodes back, a couple acts back, Luna said, you're supposed to be the leader because you were the first one. So it was kind of like, did they forget they already appointed her leader, inadvertently?
Yeah, maybe it's more like this is a ceremonial thing. I mean, it's a staff of power. She's going to use it.
Yeah.
But also it's like, hey, that thing that I told you back when? This makes it serious.
Yeah,
So, here you go.
that's true.
It's like, pick it up.
I like that the staff is now going to be used because I miss that staff.
Yeah, she needs it.
Yeah.
It was a healing thing.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, so that's going to be good. But, as we know, we'll see how this adaptation works out. But how Sailor Moon is usually she is the leader, but she's super backed up by her sailor crew. Yeah. She's like, so.
Maybe like another reason why they did the leader thing now is because Sailor V is obviously going to be the 5th one to join up, and she's been doing it for way longer than they've been activated. So who knows? There might be tension or something like when because we don't know what this Sailor V is going to be like. You know, like they've changed Ray's personality than from before. So what if it's like, well, hey, I've been doing this for longer than everybody. Why is she the leader?
Yeah, why am I gonna follow you?
And if I remember, they had some kind of conflict in the original. The 2 blondes, you know.
Oh,
She's like, I thought I was a sailor princess.
Yeah, I am curious to see. I'm surprised we haven't seen more, because really, it's just the video game that we see
and
about
the
Venus,
occasional
and like a poster or something. I'm surprised we haven't seen her like doing something in the distance. Or, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
And I'm surprised that Luna doesn't know she's around, because that's another thing that kind of perplexes me, by the way, is Luna just kind of senses it. Okay, Ray might be a Sailor Guardian, so might Ami, and then so might Makoto, but she has no idea what Tuxedo Mask's deal is.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
It's like she should, if you can guess and sense all this, you should be able to sense what he's up to, you know?
Yeah, you would think so.
But I guess to be fair, it seems like Tuxedo Mask isn't even sure what he's up to either.
Yeah, and I also get the impression that like she knows all these players, but she doesn't know them in this like version or something. You know what I mean? Like she maybe Tuxedo Mask, I don't know, looked different or felt different or whatever. His aura was different in the past or something. I don't know.
Maybe it's because the females have all of the power. You know, like they're the powerful ones. They're the guardians. And even in the old one, it's like he had his own type of power, but he was a prince from Earth, you know? And they were the ones that had all of the special stuff. So maybe she can't read him because he's just a little bit too normal.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just missing that rose that he throws. You know?
Yeah.
And the guitar riff.
Yes, look at that. Daydream on a Tuxedo Mask. But we'll see him next in 2 weeks for Act 6, because he's coming. Hopefully we'll get to know more about what he's thinking, because I'm curious. He just seems very conflicted.
Yeah, he even had that line, I think it was last episode, not this one, where he was like, we're both going for the same thing, so maybe I am a foe.
Yeah, I was like, oh, way to make enemies, homie.
Yeah.
First you kiss the girl while she's sleeping.
Like, maybe you don't like me. She ain't awake, so we're not going to find out.
Yeah, right? Anything else you guys want to touch base on before we talk about some news and gossip?
I think we covered pretty much everything.
I think so. Other than Queen Beryl's gonna kick the 4 boys' ass because
they done messed up again.
Yeah.
And there are definitely 4 guys, you know, because they changed. I think it was Jadeite.
This time with the brown hair is Nephrite.
Yeah. No, but I mean, in the old series, there were 4 of them. But like, one was female, and she had the most annoying laugh ever. She was like.
By the way, speaking of voice, I was talking to Daryl. Sorry, I was walking Dale.
Combining.
Dale, I was talking to Dale about it. Makoto's voice is kind of interesting, don't you think? It's very deep. It matches her character.
It definitely does. I'm glad that they did that.
Yeah.
Because you definitely want to, you know, have a voice that matches the stature of that character. Like I remember in the original one, she was, you know, deeper, raspier voice, you know, than everybody else. So I like the choice. I enjoy it.
Me too.
Yeah, you want her to come off a little bit like a tomboy, just because, I mean, if she's catching a baseball right before it hits somebody in the face, like, you know, she does some things.
And not even stinging the hand.
Yeah,
I know.
She just like barrels it out of there too. It's like bling, into the distance. I'm like, oh,
superhuman for sure. All right, so let's talk about some news and gossip. Ooh. He had the button ready. He was like on the finger, like. All right, so Daryl sent out an email to us, and we want to share with you guys. There was a performance of the new Sailor Moon musical called Petite Étrangère, which means little stranger in French, and it opened in a theater in Tokyo where they're basically having a musical arc of the Sailor Moon cast. And this is a picture. There it is. Of them.
What do y'all think about that? I mean, they look pretty good, I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, as good as they can. I mean, it's impossible to make cartoons look like, especially with the hair.
Yeah, I mean the hair alone is going to be a challenge.
costumes,
but they
you
look
know.
pretty good.
I think so.
I find it interesting where they decided to pick the story up. You know,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they're going from Chibi's. I forget her full name. Chibi
Everyone loves
Musu?
Chibi, so
Yeah.
I forgot her name too.
Yeah, Chibi Musu, something like that, where they pick it up from where her in New Tokyo, so then you can have Sailor Pluto in there.
Yeah, you can get the bigger cast going. And I think also in Japan, they're more, even if you don't watch it, you're at least aware of all these characters. Whereas
Yeah.
here, you kind of have to watch the show to know anyone besides Sailor Moon, just because of the
Right.
title.
That's very true.
But so I think it's cool that they're able to go in there and play with that. And I guess it's traveling. It was in Tokyo, and then it's going to Osaka. Is that? I believe that's where it was. Yeah, it's Osaka from today to the 9th.
Yeah.
And it was already in Tokyo from the 21st to the 31st of August.
I really wish that we can all go and watch it.
I know.
I want to see so bad.
Well, the live webcast was today, I believe. So we should be able to. Obviously, we didn't get to watch it yet, but I think they'll have it hosted or something.
And
so we should try and watch it.
They're also
Or if you
gonna
guys find a link, you know.
Yeah.
hook up a
If you guys find a
link.
link.
But
Please.
they're gonna have a DVD that's gonna cost about 775 US bucks
Really?
eventually.
700 was already too bad. And then 75 I was like, oh, that still sounds too much.
700 sounds like, oh my god.
I thought you were gonna say yen or something.
It's
Like, does that come
780
with a
yen.
foot massage?
Or like a collectible item.
Some.
You know.
something.
And also the Sailor Moon dub version is coming out. It came out Friday. Episodes 1 through 4 on Friday. The viewers can catch season 1 on the classic uncut Sailor Moon featuring the new English dubs.
Nice.
Yep. And then
Very cool.
they're having like parties on Hulu and Neon Alley with more episodes coming out. So that's gonna be cool.
Nice.
You know, I've been enjoying it in Japanese, though. I was
Me too.
surprised. I obviously watched the original in English, and I don't know. I thought I was gonna have a harder time with it. I mean, I watched anime and stuff,
Yeah.
but watching something consistently week to week to week in Japanese, I thought might get tiring. But I like it. I mean, I watch it twice anyways, so
Yeah.
sometimes I'm just reading, and then the other time I'm just watching. But I like just hearing Japanese.
I
don't
like
know.
it too.
That's very cool.
I like it too. And when I'm watching it, my dad in the room's like, very happy. He's
Oh,
like
yeah.
all happy, you know. But, yeah, it's awesome. Sailor Moon's the best. I just wish it was every week.
I know.
That's the only thing.
This every 2 weeks thing. I mean, talk about drawing it out. Don't we have like 20 more episodes?
Yeah, we hit all the way through the next year.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
But at least the pace is great. I love the
Yes,
pacing.
we're getting a lot in little
Exactly.
snippets.
yeah, it makes me
sure.
wonder where they're gonna go with it because they've basically crunched maybe like 3/4 of the first season from into like these 5 episodes.
Yeah, we got a lot of chunk. And personally, I actually like the drawing now better.
You know, yeah, people I think at first had some trepidation about it just because it was different, I guess. But I think the way it looks, especially if my stream is working properly, I think it looks really crisp and nice. And the transformations especially, I think, are a lot higher quality than they used to be.
I do enjoy the eye expressions that they have for each one of them in their transformations and then just like walking around in normal life.
Yeah.
Because, you know, before in the earlier season, you know what I'm talking about.
Them old ones.
The other ones. Yeah. They were very childlike and just like, and like this, or just like super mean. And now it's like there's layers to it. And
Right.
I really enjoy that.
It was more like classic anime, the expressions before, you know, like they had like more sweat bubbles and that kind of stuff. And I like that, but I think for Sailor Moon, keeping it traditional, I think it's cool to, get these out of the way so that all the stuff that we already kind of know as just watchers of the show, it'll be out of the way, and now we can get some new stuff coming up a lot quicker than I thought we would. And B, to have a more realistic and a little darker,
Yeah, it
know?
can get dark pretty quick now.
Yeah.
They've set it up that way
Yeah.
where it can.
and I like
true.
that.
I do one little thing though. I wish that they were drawn a little bit thicker. Do you know what I mean? They're very skinny. It's very cute, but they're super skinny,
Well-
like when they're transforming.
Well, to be fair, my question as an Asian person is, why in Japan do they make our cartoons white people?
That's funny. This episode was the first time I thought about that.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, you know, it's kind of weird that they're not really Asian girls.
Yeah.
I mean, Ray.
Ray's
Ray?
the closest.
Yeah.
Shrine Maiden.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
but-
otherwise than that.
It's all good, you know.
I guess Mercury could be.
I guess.
She was in that play. But yeah, but I mean that's so prevalent in anime.
In general, anime, they like it. They like the big old eyes and stuff. Like they have they have contacts where they can make the pupils bigger.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those.
It's pretty wild over there. Pretty wild. And that completes our after show for this week. And in the meantime, guys, stop over at YouTube and iTunes and comment, rate, let us know what you thought about this act, and love us, please. And in the meantime, where can everyone love you guys?
You guys can love me on Twitter. That's at Markeia McCarty, MarkeiaMcCarty.
Nice.
And Instagram, same name.
You can find me at The Walking Dale on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me cooking up some delish dishes on youtube.com/dishingonmovies.
Maybe Usagi will get behind you. What you cooking, Dale? And you can find me on Instagram as well as Twitter at KAORIOUS. That's Kaorius. And we'll catch you guys in 2 weeks for the next show. Bye. I'll be happy now.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.